All right. Now, welcome to the Empower Your Fitness Empire podcast and YouTube channel. Of course, you guys know who I am, Harry King Holmes. I got my client here, right? His name is Jalil. I mean, like you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, bro.
How y'all doing today? My name is Jalil. I've been working with Harry for a little bit. I'm a fitness trainer located based out of Maryland, the DMV area. So I enjoy what I do. I love what I do, and I'm gonna continue doing it.
Welcome to the Empower Your Fitness Empire YouTube channel. Let's do it. I feel like, man, I feel like every single week I talk to somebody from the DMV. I gotta make a visit there because like it sounds like the DMV is lit. I don't been. Yeah, I gotta go to the DMV.
It's supposed to be.
All right, cool. So yeah, man, just wanted to come on here and of course celebrate you, right? But also, kind of highlight a few things. I think we've been working with each other, I think around since like April, So has it been like April when? I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, it's been it's definitely been very productive during those times. So
yeah, man. So just wanted to talk about that, and so first kind of talk to me about when we first, where you was before joining the FEA, like where was you at in your business, what stage was you at in your business, where were you kind of dealing with at that time before coming on board?
So my biggest issue where I was at was really just converting over and taking advantage of my followers on social media. I feel like I had a good reach, but I didn't do a real good job of just taking advantage of it and really being helpful to everybody. So I was trying to transition to more of a virtual platform so I could assist more of them when they were asking me questions in the DMs and stuff like that. So it was very hard to try to convert over to that from in-person training. So yes, just really trying to expand my reach was a difficulty for me.
I got you. Cool. And like, what were some of the things like, prior to us working with each other, like what were some of the things that you tried and, maybe it wasn't working or you wasn't sure like kind of how to do it? Like, what were some of the things that, you were looking to kind of just do on your own, but, probably wasn't working as well?
Well, I tried a lot of things. I spent a lot of money. I used a lot of time. So what I first started doing was, people will reach out to me about, running ads and all this other stuff. And I realized that when I was running ads, it helped a little bit, but I wasn't really, making the money just because the whole setup with the target audience. And I don't feel like I was doing enough to really grab the people attention. So okay. I found a lot of different things, and just simply wasting time.
Yeah. So I want to talk about like ads, like real quick, right? Because some people will come to me and they think that like running ads will like fix their problem. But as we were working together, it's certain things that like we identified that you're more aware of now that you probably wasn't aware of before, right? So when it come down to you starting to run ads again, if that's something that you're looking to do, right? Now you can probably get those ads to convert and stuff like that. So was it like an agency or somebody you was working with, or?
So it was like a company. What they did was they really help people, I guess, simply run ads. So they told you, what your target audience was, what type of people do you want to target. They would help you, run the ad and what to say and stuff like that. Now the issue was what I know now, what I had learned, I guess, when people were running the ads and when they were coming to my page, I don't think my page was ready to receive them. Yeah. So that was the issue. I was skipping steps and I just thought ads. But ads are going to be effective, what I learned, unless, you have that look on your page. Your page has to be laid out a certain way. So I was kind of skipping steps.
Yeah. So what he means, guys, is like his funnel. Like, so like when people hear about like funnel, people think that it's like some type of, like fancy, thing that you got to have set up. But like, just think of a funnel, like it's the top. And if the top is like, closed off, then can't nobody come in, right? So as he was like running ads, bringing people into the top of the funnel, right? The top of the funnel was still shut. So nobody could get through. You get what I'm saying? So you have to make sure the most important part of the funnel in the beginning stages is making sure that the top of funnel is set up correctly so people can actually come to the bottom, and that's where the money is at. The money is when the person comes from the top to the bottom. Okay, cool. Right. So you try ads and stuff like that. All right. So how do we, you know what? Now I think about it, bro, like how in the hell did we like bump heads? I know it was on Instagram. Did I reach out to you? Did you reach out? Like, I kind of forget. Do you kind of remember?
So what kind of happened was, I think I've seen your page. Your page kind of popped up on my feed a couple times. I didn't think anything of it. And I think you posted this one video, really speaking to my issue. And I liked the post, you know. Then I started, you know, seeing your content more and more. So I started liking stuff. I think I said one comment, and then the day after you DM me.
I got you. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Sound familiar. Okay, cool. So kind of talk to me about that stage, like that step, like, you know, as far as like, you know, what made you want to, you know, start working with me, you know, and consider it even in the beginning, like what made you want to consider like, all right, like I think this is somebody that can actually help me, and I'm possibly, you know, interested in working with them.
Transparency. You were, I think you were pretty much very straight up about what audience you want to help. It wasn't something where you were like, oh, I help everyone. No, you told me I'm looking for these people to help, and you look like the candidate for it. Do you follow these things? And I think that helped a lot because you really spoke my language. You spoke to me personally rather than, I feel like it was more personalized. Yeah. And with that being said, it helped, you know, build the trust. And then looking at your content and stuff like that, you were giving free information. So I was like looking at this information and seeing that it's work. If I invest in this, I can't believe how much further I'll grow.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. So let's talk about that, the growth part, because not just like your business and like, you know, like the financial wins and the clients and stuff like that you've been getting, bro, but like just you as an individual. Like I love just seeing y'all grow, man, like from a personal development standpoint too. Like, you know, it makes me happy as a coach. But kind of talk to the audience about once you enrolled, one, how did you feel once you enrolled? And what happened in the beginning stages, like once you signed up?
Once I enrolled, to be quite transparent with everybody, I was just like, dang, you know, before I started anything, I was like, dang, was it worth it? Because I know, you know, I've been putting money down for a little bit. So, you know, those doubts started kicking in a little bit. Even after I enrolled, I was like, dang, is it worth it? I hope this works out. But what I told myself was, you know what? Go through it. You know, you got to go through it. So what I did was, you know, I took the guidance, I took the coaching, I was open-minded about it. I stopped thinking, you know, I knew everything for myself. And as soon as I, you know, started following kind of the blueprint, I saw a whole other side that I was missing out the whole time. So I think just being not even patient with it, but just, you know, trusting the blueprint and knowing that there's a certain process we have to take in order to get to where we want to be.
Yeah.
That's when it changed.
Dope. And man, I appreciate your transparency. I actually have never had anybody say that, you know, yeah. but honestly, bro, I think a lot of people go through that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they make a big step. It's a big investment. And it's like, fuck, did I make the right decision?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Did I make the right decision? And I think like one thing, it's like, it sounds like what you did, you shift your mindset and was like, I'm going to make this work. Right? Like I'm going to make this work. I'm going to give the best that I can. Right. And shit, we'll see what's up, you know. And this was after like you didn't even get all the information and to see like how valuable it was. It's just that I think some people forget that we're human beings. And when we get outside of our comfort zone, yes, self-doubt is a real thing. It happens to everybody. But how are you going to respond to it? Right? How are you going to respond to it? You know, so appreciate your transparency, bro. So let's talk about once you that nervousness got out the way and the self-doubt and you started like putting your you know the pedal to the metal. What were the type of results that you started getting once you started like doing the work, showing up, getting the coaching from me and things like that, going through the blueprint? How did things kind of turn around for you?
So it turned around for me because at first I was attracting audiences, but then I started attracting my audience, and I realized those are two different things. So I had people asking, you know, general questions, you know, how do I do this and that? But when I was able to follow the blueprint and find like my niche and do all these other things, I had the people that I wanted to target directly come to me rather than trying to filter out, you know, the DMs with a whole bunch of different people who I'm open to assist anybody, but people I weren't really open to as much just because, you know, their goals were a little different from what I wanted to work with and stuff like that. So it helped narrow that down.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. And I remember at a time it was like, well, one, you was going, I forget what it was, but I think you was having a trouble with something with with sales calls, right? You was having an issue with sales calls, right? And then me and you jumped on like one or two calls. We figured out the issue. We addressed it, and then like it was like after that, it was like, all right, got a client. Boom. All right, got a client. Boom. All right, I'm like, oh shit. Okay, cool. I saw.
Like,
go ahead.
Like, I think the crazy part about it too is I'm the type of person too that, okay, once I feel like I found the method, I keep doing the same thing. I don't try to progress myself. I'm like, okay, this is working. This is it. But what happened was I reached a point where like, okay, the traction started to slow down. So I was thinking, I was like, So I was asking you the questions, but the thing is you had it all laid out already. I just had to continue following it. So yeah. I feel like that was good too. And that just made me even go harder, with, following the blueprint, because I realized it was step-by-step things of what I need to do. And I'm stepping at step 3 thinking that I'm good. Yeah. And the next step, it's the fact that there is a whole blueprint out there and that it pretty much covers everything. When I mean everything, not just step 3, like you answered all the questions I pretty much had in that blueprint.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, cool. And yeah, like, so like, at a time it was like, all right, look like bro is getting like a client damn near a week. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like it was like that for like 4 or 5 weeks. So kind of talk to them about like, the results that you've got. I don't know if you've been keeping up, if that's been like a thing for you, averaging a client a week. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But kind of talk to, the audience about like, the success that you've got since joining, whatever you feel comfortable, sharing, if it's a dollar amount, how many clients, whatever you feel comfortable sharing, bro, like, go ahead.
So full transparency. So, when I first started the program, talking with you and everything, and you said, start your price up here, $1,000, right? I'm like, no way people gonna pay $1,000 for this. No, there's no way. I mean, I'm over here training people in person, charging them $300 to $500 a month, and they complain about that. Nobody's paying $1,000 for online coaching. Boom, somebody pays $1,000. Then I'm thinking, okay, so doubt starts to kick in still though. I'm like, that was one person, but over the course of time, this is not sustainable. Boom, another person comes in, talk to you, I raise my price. People are still coming. So I think with that happening, I was really able to see the potential and the value in it. And it got to the point where the opposite happened. So I started having a lot more people come. Yeah. And then I was scared because I don't think I wasn't scared, but it was just to the point where like, I was like, dang, do I need to hire a team now? So it got like that. So that's the position I wanted to be in. So it actually did a lot more for me than I even expected. Yeah. So I stepped back and be like, okay, now it's really time to, lock in.
Yeah. And that's a good problem, Cause it's a thing, right? Like I want to highlight that too, because this is the thing. Like some people would create problems in their business that it's not even a problem at this moment. So It's like, oh, I don't want to do that because then I'll get to a point where I have to fix this problem. But you want to start creating bottlenecks in your business. It's like you want to get to a point where I'm signing up so many clients that I need help with fulfillment, or I need help with prospecting and lead generation. And then when that problem arises, then you fix it. But you always want to be able to create new problems and new bottlenecks in your business that what can fix? Money. You know what I'm saying? Money can fix that. Hiring out, managing, right? Whatever. You have the cash flow and you have the capital to fix those new problems. Of course, it requires you to become a better leader, right? A better coach, a better CEO, right? But you always want to create those new problems. And what I've learned is some people will not do the work because of the problem that's going to arise, or they will just hire out way too early. And it's like, oh, I got, I signed up 2 people, but I had to do X, Y, and Z to get it. So I need to hire. So like, nah, like create the bottleneck first and then hire out.
You know what's funny?
What?
For real. So that's what happened to me too. So I got to a point where I felt like I was, complacent enough. I was getting these leads, making this money and stuff like that, right? So I get to where I want to be, and then essentially, you know, people are coming, then people stop coming. Like, so I start thinking to myself, and they stopped coming because I stopped. Like I wasn't able to respond to DMs as fast.
I got you.
But I just can't respond to DMs. So what happens is I end up, you know, not even thinking about, you know, the program. I reach out to somebody. I'm like, yeah, how can I automate this?
Yeah.
The whole time I'm wasting time because not only did that not work, but I came back and asked you the question. You already had that blueprint. So it's stuff like that. It's like everything's literally there. But I think the issue is my issue specifically was we're not patient. And patient, not only do we save time, save money, but we get results. Yeah. And that's what I've been learning. It's been helping me grow. Yeah,
man. And that's what I was gonna say. Like one thing people do not talk about, and I'm guilty of this too, is what working with coaches, working with mentors, doing programs, what they will teach you, right? Like the lessons learned. You know, it's always like, oh yeah, like the wins is good, but what about the lessons?
The lessons.
Yeah, so it's like next time, you know, so it's like one thing that I feel like I'm really good at is I'm a really good student inside of coaching programs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in so many, I know how to look for coaches. I know how to look for programs that's gonna, like with the problem that I have in my business, and I know how to make sure that I get the best out of the actual coaching program. So before I'll make a decision like that, I'll go to my coach and get a recommendation. You get what I'm saying? Because guess what? I might be on phase 2, and that problem that I talk about might be in phase 3 or phase 4. You get what I'm saying? So what makes awesome coaches are really good students, right? And how do you become a good student? It's not by just getting the information, but it's about fucking up and learning from those fuck ups. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, man, you've been transparent as fuck on this. I love it, bro. I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, bro. Like the lessons is very, 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 very essential in coaching programs, man. So you talk to me about like so far, how do you feel about, you know, the decision that you made with working with me and the FEA so far?
If I'm being, you know, honest and everything, I think this was the next step that I was looking for. And I don't say that just to say, well, not only was I stuck, but there's a lot of stuff I didn't know that I needed. You know, once again, I felt like I was at a place where I was pretty much not cool, but I was pretty much complacent in terms of like my knowledge. I thought I knew it all. And it was just, I need a few more tweaks, but there's a whole nother side that I was missing that I wasn't aware of. So yeah, it's something that I definitely don't regret. And then if I had to do it all over again, I would. So because knowledge is power. And then I feel like now I'm at that point, you know, I still can't get complacent, but I feel like I'm at that point where I know a lot more than I did 6 to 7 months ago. So
yeah, definitely. Cool. So what would you say for two types of people, right? Like just your normal fitness professional that's kind of like consuming my content on the fence, you know, also like the male fitness professional, right? Because, you know, of course, right, like, you know, we help guys, right? What would you say to both, right? Like just the normal fitness professional that's been consuming my content on the fence, what would you say to that person?
This is what I'll tell them. I'll look at them directly and say, you thinking that it's too good to be true is what's killing your business.
That's a bar.
Because that's what limited me in the past. And sometimes you just got to go for it. Take that gamble. And I think too, you know, all the gambles you take, of course, you know, they're not 100%. That's just the reality of it. But this gamble right here actually showed me the blueprint and they could back it up. So something like this is something that is definitely worth taking that gamble.
Cool. And another thing too, like I was, I was talking to D'Angelo like last week and we kind of addressed it too, where it's like, I've talked to some guys and because they've seen, you know, me like help other women and things like that. And not so many guys and things like that yet. So they were kind of like on the fence, right? But you service women, right?
Right.
Yeah. And like, you know, when I was doing online fitness coaching, I was servicing women too. So like, what would you say to the guy that's a fitness professional that services women and he kind of on the fence? Like, if there's any like advice that you would give him, like genuine advice, like what would you say? What would you say to this guy?
In terms of consumer on the fence about, you know, joining.
Yeah, because like they like, oh well, it seemed like you help majority women, so will it work for a guy? Right.
My advice to that would simply be try it. There's always going to be doubts. There's always going to, after you get rid of one doubt, there's going to be another doubt. That's why you just got to literally take one foot and move it forward, because that's how you're going to progress. You have to get uncomfortable. And that's what I had to do to make this decision. I had to get uncomfortable, and it paid off. So,
yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. You got any, I know I'm like interviewing you like crazy, but was there anything that you wanted to address, bro, or anything you wanted to cover before we wrap it up?
Just pretty much, I know people are, looking at this and watching this, and they're still, there's two sides. There's one group of people who's really like, that's some, real stuff. I think I'm gonna try it. And then there's like another group who's like, I still don't know, I'm hesitant. To people who are hesitant out there, I understand, I get it. Making that sacrifice, you tried multiple things in the past. It didn't work. You feel like you're wasting money. You feel like you're wasting time, energy. You're just tired of it. You're like, oh, I'm gonna try to do it myself. But you do have to realize too that a lot of times when you do try yourself, that's more time wasted. I mean, you can figure it out yourself, but everybody needs that blueprint, and they need to speak to somebody that's trusted and who's been doing this. So with that being said, taking the gamble and the risk is sometimes what's needed. There's always gonna be doubts that creep in, but it's that time you gotta invest into yourself to make that next step.
Yeah, y'all heard him, Jalil, right? Jalil like super. He like famous on Instagram too. Y'all need to follow, bro. Like, tell him give him all your Instagram, all your social media handles, bro.
So you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at King Lil Work. So that's KING Lil LIL and then work WORK.
Cool. You single? You got a girl or anything, bro?
Yeah, I got a girl.
Oh, okay, dig. I was gonna put you on like, yo, ladies, get that bro. But nah, he taking, ladies. So don't be trying to slide in bro DMs now. All right. All right, cool. So appreciate your time, man. Appreciate your time, bro. Jumping on, man. Like super. Proud of you, dude. Like just proud of you. Like where you taking your business, the growth. Yeah, man, I'm proud of you, bro. So looking forward to, continue to work with you and level you up in your business, and seeing you just continue to grow year in, year out, bro. So
I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Cool. So listen, if you guys like this video, go ahead and subscribe, share this with another fitness professional that needs to hear or see this, and we'll see you on the next video.